Your Honor, the people call Tracey Menzies.
It will just be a minute.
Witness entering courtroom. Step this way. Raise your right hand and face the clerk. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you are going to give before this court and jury shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Do you so swear or affirm?
I do.
Thank you. Pull the chair up. Can you state your full name, spelling your last name?
Tracey Menzies, Menzies.
County of residence?
Monmouth, New Jersey.
Good afternoon, you may inquire.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Menzies. Can you please tell the jury where you work?
I work at HarperCollins Publishing.
What kind of company is HarperCollins?
Book publishing. We are the second largest book publisher in the world.
How long have you worked at HarperCollins?
25 years.
What is your current position there?
I am the Senior Vice President of Production and Creative Operations.
Have you testified in a legal proceeding before?
No, I have not.
This is your first time?
Yes, it is.
Do you understand that you're testifying today as a custodian of records for HarperCollins?
Yes.
Is HarperCollins testifying voluntarily, or was the company compelled to testify pursuant to a subpoena?
Compelled to testify, subpoena.
Does HarperCollins have counsel?
Yes.
Is HarperCollins' counsel present in the courtroom today?
Yes, they are.
As a Senior Vice President of Production and Creative Operations for HarperCollins, are you familiar with the company's book publishing process?
I am.
At HarperCollins, how involved are authors in the publication of their books?
At HarperCollins, the author has a partner. We work with them to approve files and their cover design, their designs, their content as we go to print it.
So you are saying there are multiple points in the publishing process for authors to have input into their books?
Yes, they're fully engaged.
That includes the cover design for the books?
Yes.
And also the content of the books?
Yes.
And are they required to sign off on that before the book is published?
Yes, they are.
How about if there is more than one author? Are all of the authors required to sign off before the book is published?
I believe so.
Are you familiar with the book entitled Think Big, Make It Happen in Business and in Life?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with that book?
It's here. I looked through it.
It was published by HarperCollins?
Yes.
Before testifying today, how did you obtain the copy of that you have with you now?
I ordered it from the warehouse using the HarperCollins website.
And is that different from the way a member of the public would buy the book?
Yes, it's direct from the warehouse, so not through a retailer.
And do you know if there was an audiobook associated print book?
There is an audiobook, yes.
Do you know who the author of this book is?
I do.
Who is the author?
There are two authors, Donald Trump and Bill Zanker.
Do you know who narrated the introduction for the audiobook portion of the book?
I believe it is Donald Trump.
Before testifying today, did you have an opportunity to review files marked for identification as People's Exhibit 415 and 415A through F?
Yes, I did.
Are those examples a set of excerpts from the book Think Big, Make It Happen in Business and in Life?
Yes, they are.
Do some of the exhibit pages contain redactions?
Yes, they do.
Before testifying today, did you have an opportunity to compare People's Exhibit 415A for identification with the publisher's version of the book that you obtained?
Yes, I did.
Other than the redactions, are the exhibits exact copies of portions of the publisher's version of the book?
Yes.
We now offer People's Exhibit 415 and 415A through F into evidence.
No objection.
People's 415 and 415A through F are accepted into evidence.
Can we show the jury what is now in evidence as People's Exhibit 415? Do you recognize this?
I am sorry.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I do.
What is this?
This is the Think Big, the book.
The book that you purchased?
Yes, purchased and published, yes.
Do you see the names of the authors on the cover of the book?
I do.
And can you read the authors' names from the top of the page?
It says Donald Trump and Bill Zanker.
And can you talk about, in terms of cover design, the relative font sizes of the two authors' names?
Well, Trump is pictured on the cover, and his name is quite large. And Bill Zanker is more of a supporting role with a smaller font.
Is a picture of Bill Zanker also featured on the cover?
No.
Can we turn to the next page of the PDF? Do you know what this is?
This is the title page of the book.
Does this have Mr. Trump's full name?
Yes.
Finally, turning to the last page of the PDF. Do you recognize this?
Yes, this is the copyright page.
And whose names are next to the copyright?
Donald J. Trump and Bill Zanker.
Can you tell what year this book was first published?
The year it was first published, 2007.
In what year is this edition of the book?
2021.
How can you tell?
On the printer line on the bottom. On the left-hand side, it tells you the date.
Can you tell the publisher information for this book?
Yes.
Does it list HarperCollins as the publisher?
Yes, it does.
Now, are you familiar with the contents of this book?
Yes.
Is there a way for the reader to tell which part of the book was written by which author?
Yes, there is. There are different sections. One of the sections are called Zanker's Take, also the design of the book. Zanker's Take has like a graph above it, so it separates it out from Donald Trump's words. Donald Trump's words, or at least the writing, is in a sterile front, and Zanker's is a non-sterile front, a thinner font. So you could tell the difference between the two.
So, there are multiple ways for readers to tell which author is speaking in a portion of the book?
Indicate which author is speaking.
Can you please publish for the jury what is now in evidence as People's Exhibit 415A? Can you see that on your screen?
Yes.
Is this an excerpt from the same book?
Yes.
What page is this from?
154.
Based on your review of the book, is this from a section of the book attributed to Mr. Trump or Mr. Zanker?
Mr. Trump.
Is that true of the rest of the exhibits that form part of People's Exhibit 415?
Yes.
Is there a section heading here at the top of the page?
Yes.
What does that say?
Do not trust anyone.
And what does the unredacted content of the page say?
I used to say go out and get the best people and trust them. Over the years, I've seen too many shenanigans. Now I say get the best people and don't trust them. Do not trust them because if you don't know what you're doing, they're going to rob you blind. I know dozens of sophisticated business people who hired accountants and lawyers and others, and they trusted them. They got killed. They lost their business. So I say, get the best people and don't trust them.
Can you please display for the jury what is in evidence as People's 415B? Ms. Menzies, is this another excerpt from the same book?
Yes. Sure. As a matter of fact, I value loyalty above everything else. More than brains, more than drive, and more than energy.
Can we please display for the jury what is in evidence as People's Exhibit 415C? Is this another page from the same book?
Yes, page 162.
Please read the unredacted portion of the page.
I think the reason we have so many loyal people is that we reward loyalty, and everybody knows this. It has become part of the corporate culture at the Trump Organization. People like Alan Weisselberg and Matt Calamari are great and have proven themselves over many years.
So I think you said corporate culture at the Trump Organization?
Corporate culture of the Trump Organization.
Now, can we please display 415D to the jury? What page is this?
Page 180.
Can you please read the unredacted portion of this?
Sure. I just can't stomach disloyalty. I put the people who are loyal to me on a high pedestal and take care of them very well. I go out of my way for the people who are loyal to me in bad times. This woman was very disloyal, and now I go out of my way to make her life miserable.
Can we please display People's 415E? What page number is this?
Page 183.
Can you read the unredacted portion to the jury?
My motto is always get even. When somebody screws you, screw them back in spades.
Finally, can we pull up People's Exhibit 415F? What page is this?
192.
Can you read the unredacted portion of this page to the jury?
When you're wronged, go after those people because it is a good feeling and because other people will see you doing it. Getting even is not always a personal thing. It's part of doing business.
No further questions.
Mr. Blanche.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Todd Blanche, and I represent President Trump. We've never met before, have we?
No, we have not.
Just a couple of questions. Now, this book was published in 2007. Is that correct?
Yes.
You worked for a long time for HarperCollins. Were you part of the publishing of this particular book?
No, I was not.
So you said a little bit about the cover and how HarperCollins will work with the author to come to what the cover should look like and how it should be presented. At the end of the day, is it fair to say that covers of books, at least in part, are designed and developed for sales to help sell the book? Is that fair?
They're helped to sell the book, but they're also done very closely with the author.
Understood. And just to spend a few minutes on what you were just asked to read, every page that you read was partially redacted, correct?
Yes.
And you have the book in front of you. Is it fair to say that the book is 380 pages? You can check?
Yes, that's fair to say.
Is that right?
Close enough.
And you were shown 6 pages in between pages 154 and 192, correct?
Yes.
A portion of 6 pages, correct?
Uh-huh.
Did you pick those or did the prosecution?
I did not pick them.
Now, it's not unusual that this book has acknowledgments and whatnot. with the author thanking, for example, people that helped him along the way?
Yes.
That's not unusual?
No.
Does every book have that?
I think most books.
Are you familiar with the book that you have in front of you that Donald Trump, President Trump, thanked a number of people, including a staff writer named Meredith McCulver? Does that ring bell to you? I can show you if you don't want to look.
Show me.
If we can show for the witness and the court and the parties M3. So look at the top paragraph. There are a number of names. Do you see a staff writer?
I see, yes.
And then, if you can leave that up, President Trump also thanks a number of folks from your place?
Yes.
From HarperCollins. That is not unusual, is it?
No.
And you testified, I believe, that there are two authors, Mr. Zanker and President Trump, and that the book kind of distinguishes between the two as far as which portions were written from President Trump and which portions were written by Mr. Zanker. Correct?
Yes.
Is it fair to say Mr. Zanker and President Trump in their respective sections may have had help writing the words that were ultimately published?
I wouldn't know that, but it's possible.
Is that something that, for example, the acknowledgments would acknowledge?
They could, sure.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
No.
Witness excused.
This video was brought to you by my supporters on Indiegogo. YouTube will not monetize these videos, so I can only afford to keep making them with your support. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please donate to my Indiegogo campaign so we can finish this trial. You can find the campaign linked at the top of the description or scan the QR code on screen now.